Are there any questions about this though? Yeah.
I'm trying to put in the calculator pi, but it's not working. I'm not getting the same answer. So what exactly do you put into the calculator?
Let me see if I can get my calculator on from the computer. Okay. Okay, here's that. Let me just share this. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing this for a second. Let me get my, here we go. So you have 9 pi, right? So I'm going to put pi in. Can you see it? Oh, what the? Okay, everyone can see that, good. So I'm using the calculator from my computer. So we have, okay, so remember, this is our pi key, right? The Greek letter we type in, okay? Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, pi. Then we do times, then 9. Enter. Okay. I mean, you are going to get something really long, but again, you're going to round it. Okay. Okay. Does it make sense now, ma'am? I mean, sorry, does it make sense now?
Yes, yes, it does.
All right, cool. Okay. Okay. Okay, good, good. I mean, again, you want to really use the pi key. There should be one in your calculator. Okay. All right. Any other questions? Yeah.
So I know some teachers have their own rules when it comes to like rounding. Would you prefer us round that to 28.27 or 28.3 if like this is a test or something?
I'll tell you how many decimal places to round to. The
All
reason
right,
we did 28.27 is because I told you to round to, I said to round to 2 decimal places.
all
So
right,
so you would only have 2 decimal places in your answer.
all right.
Okay. Does that make sense or?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Sorry, I just had to ask. Okay.
No problem.
Good. Okay. Any other questions, anyone? Okay, let me just get the slides back up. Can everyone see that? Let me see. Okay, so let's keep going then. Okay, awesome questions that people are asking. I like them. Very good. Okay. Now for the circumference, okay? For the circumference, right? Again, it's the same idea. We're just going to use a different formula. Namely, what we have here is the formula we're going to use is 2 times pi times the radius, okay? 2 times pi times the radius, right? That's what our circumference is. So we have 2 times pi times 3 feet. Okay, so, we're just going to do 2 times 3. Again, you can multiply in any order you want because multiplication behaves that way. It's commutative. So we get 6 pi feet, not feet, okay? So we get 6 pi feet. Okay, and that here is the same. Okay, and again, just like we did before, you want to use the pi key in your calculator, and then you multiply by 6, and you'll get about this. And notice again, I said to round to 2 decimal places, right? We're rounding here. I'm using more than 2 decimal places. In my intermediate calculations, I'm only going to round to 2 at the very end. So our exact form is the 6 pi feet. Again, exact form, there's no rounding here. For approximate form, here's where we round. Okay, so yeah, so we have 2 decimal places, right? 18.84. Okay, but now we're going to round to 2 decimal places. So we look at the 3rd decimal place. That's a 9. Okay, well, 9 is bigger than or equal to 5. So that means for the 2nd decimal place, we're going to bring it up 1 digit. So in the end, we get 18.85 feet. So we're going to get 18.85 feet. That's our approximate form. Okay, yes?
How did you get the 18? You multiplied 6 times pi?
I'm sorry, say again, please.
How did you get to the 18.84? You multiply 6 times pi?
Yeah. So I just added in the t right now. Yeah, that's right. You do 6 and then you times, then you press the pi key on your calculator and then press enter. You know what? Let me do it with you guys just to be on the safe side so everyone understands. I want to make sure everyone knows how to do this. So, oh wait, let me share it. Let me see. So I just want to share the calculator so everyone can see. All right. So again, we want to do 6 times pi, right? So I'm going to do 6, then times, then pi. Okay. And now that's 6 times pi. And now we press equals. And that's our answer. But again, we have to round it, of course. Okay. Yeah.
For something like this on a test,
Mhm.
would we have to show our work? Like, would you want us to write it out? Or can we just do it through the calculator?
Well, I do want you to show your the steps you're taking, kind of like what I'm doing on the slide.
Okay.
So I know that you know what you're doing. So not just you, but everyone in the class, I mean. So
No, yeah, I just didn't know because it just seems like these questions are just like very calculator based. So I didn't know if you wanted us to like write out the steps or just write out the formula and then write the answer.
I mean, you really want to write it out like I'm doing on the slide. So
Okay.
okay. It's also
Thank you.
actually another thing that accomplishes also is that if for some reason someone has the wrong answer, I can give them partial credit, which I like to do. So
Okay. Thank you.
okay, you're welcome. Did someone have another question? Oh yeah. Did you have a question, ma'am? Alondra?
Yes. Sorry, I thought it was somebody else.
That's okay.
So can you go back to the slides, please?
Sure. Can everyone see? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
What's your question?
So how did you get 3 feet? 3 feet is just,
The 3 feet that was given.
that was given. Okay.
The radius is 3 feet.
Is that always or it's not?
No. That we're just assuming our circle, the radius is 3 feet. The radius could be anything. You know, it could be 100 feet for all we know.
Okay, and that's how you got to 6 because you multiplied.
Right, because in our formula for circumference, remember here, let me go back and show you. Remember, circumference is 2 times pi times the radius. Okay, and our radius is 3 feet. So we have 2 times pi times 3 feet.
Okay.
And okay,
Yeah.
does that make sense?
Thank you.
Okay, cool. I couldn't hear you, so okay. Any other questions? Okay. Oh yeah, okay. So here's another example, actually good. Okay. So we're going to do this one again. This is a little bit different here. We're going to find the circumference, but our radius is 7 feet now. Okay. Our radius is 7 feet. Okay. So in this case, right, it's the same idea as the previous example. It's the same steps actually, right? Our circumference is 2 times pi times the radius, right? But now the radius is 7 feet. So it's just like before. We have 2 pi times 7 feet, okay? So just like before, we're just going to have 2 times 7 times pi times feet. So we get 14 pi feet. Okay, now let me show the calculation in my calculator. So let me, do I have that okay, it's still there. Let me just share my calculator. So we had 14 times, here it comes. So we have 14 times pi, right? Okay, so we type 14 times pi, right? I mean, when you type pi, your calculator might do this, this is pi to so many decimal places. But that's not the answer, of course. You want to press the equal sign. And then we get this number. And again, I said to round to 2 decimal places. So I'm going to use more than 2, okay? That's what I did on the slide. So let me go back to the slide. Here we go. Okay, see, I used a lot more. Okay. But now we're going to round to 2. Our exact answer, again, that's before we do any kind of rounding, right? So the exact answer would be 14 pi feet. I don't know why I have 7 pi here. I missed that. 14 pi feet. Let me just fix that. Wait here. 14 pi feet. Oh boy. Okay. Now for excuse me, for the approximate form, that's this one here. But of course we want to round to 2 decimal places, right? So we have 2 decimal places. We go to the 3rd decimal place. Okay, we have a 2 here, okay? And now that's less than 5. So the 8 stays where it is. We don't increase it at all. When you're rounding, you're either going to leave it alone or increase the digit. So we get 43.98 feet. That's what we get. Okay. Any questions on this?